Welcome to the Brie Pod. I'm here with the roaring Lioness babes with myself and Priscilla.
Hey guys, I'm Priscilla, owner and founder of Tarot Tuesday Tribe. I am so grateful to be here with all of you, and I'm glad that Brie has allowed me to co-host this with her. And today we have an amazing guest for you guys.
Yes, I'm so excited to talk with her today and for this monthly segment. Like, this is such a perfect area to learn, get your spirituality, get your career advice, and tips, so many tips and tricks. So I'm loving that. Um, but I do not have ginger ale today. So I'm bringing out my oil and
Same,
I have forgive, and I'm just gonna rub that all over it. Boop, boop, boop. So
I'm
pop that oil.
yep.
Uh, so,
Roll that
oh
bottle.
yeah, roll that
Roll
bottle.
that
I
bottle.
mean, we don't always have to have soda because we're trying to cut that out too. So
Yep,
bring out the
sugar.
oils.
It's more in energetic alignment.
Oh yes. So when we had a nice consultation with and before I say this, I should say we're speaking with Eronica Aljoe, and we had a consultation with her, um, and she was talking about how she actually shifts, like, so how we all go to, we like have work and then we schedule everything around it. She actually does the opposite. We were blown away. What did you think of that when you said that?
I it just brings a whole other like level to balance in your life. So she is all about not so much being like, where am I getting at? Mercury retrograde. Just cut that out. I'll keep going, just snip it out.
Okay, okay.
So she talks about balance in the ability to really live your life and add work into it. So you live your life, you have family time, you do all of the things that really light you up and give you energy, and you incorporate work into that. So it's more of like alignment with balance, is what I gathered from this conversation. And I'm so excited that you guys get to have insight to this conversation around this about really balancing and helping you create like the life you want.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm so happy that we are recording this in the middle of Mercury retrograde, because this is the time we need balance. So I'm very excited for that.
Me
Uh,
too. Brie and I, before we even like started this piece of recording, like we had talked about past stuff and Mercury retrograde and like the energy right now, and it kind of like spinning. So I think the techniques and tips that Eronica brings to this segment on this podcast is going to be so helpful for the energy of where we are at right now. And I know this airs at the end of the month, and this will be a perfect like reset, recharge button for you guys.
yeah, absolutely. Because there will be future Mercury retrogrades. So you're going to need these tips. And to make it a consistent thing, I think will be really nice. But I'll have you present Eronica. I think it's time to bring her in.
Perfect. So, I welcome Eronica Aljoe. She is an alignment and mindset coach. She specializes in anxiety and stress relief, and she is going to give us some insight around these topics because this is what she really embodies in her own life. And she will provide us with tips, techniques, and insights. So here she is.
Yes. So we're here now with Eronica Aljoe, alignment and mindset coach, and our co-host Priscilla Parent.
Hey guys.
Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing today?
Good. How are you?
So share with us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, that's always a loaded question. When you're a giver, it's hard for you to start with self. But I'm open to the invitation of sharing a little bit about myself. So a little bit about me is prior to becoming a certified alignment and mindset coach and an EFT practitioner that help with anxiety and stress relief, is I worked in healthcare. I worked in healthcare for over 7 years, and I worked with a number of doctors in a facility where there were some of the top doctors around the world. And so when I say the amount of stress that comes through their doors and their gates were high and rampant, and I believe that from where I'm coming from in that facility of go, 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 everyone is completely overwhelmed and spinning their wheels. It cleared a pathway for me to delve into my coaching business even more, to focus on anxiety relief, to focus on mindset shifting, to focus on alignment, mainly because I just came from a place where I saw so many people were just go, 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 no time to pause, no time to take a minute or a breather. And so a little bit about me is I was in healthcare, left my healthcare practice, been running my business successfully now for over 3 years as a speaker and a coach, mentored over 100 women throughout my practice. And this is just while I've been full-time. Before that, I was part-time. So doing a little bit here and there. And so I'm excited to be on this show today to bring some of the gems that I've been sharing with everyone around the world with some of your audience and your listeners today.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I wanted to ask you, because when we had sat down with you, you told us that you actually let you schedule around your time, not work time. So how do you do that?
That's like one of the most questions that I get asked a lot, and people are always surprised by the answer, because when you're an entrepreneur, they expect your life to look a certain way and expect that your drive and your work ethic to be a certain way. I don't schedule work and schedule my life. I make it clear with any, if I'm taking on a new project, if I'm getting hired to come speak for someone, I tell them like, hey, I'm not a typical entrepreneur. I'm not that go, 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 mainly because when you go, 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 a lot of people find it hard to add in a balance. And so for me, I don't believe in like a work-life balance. What I believe in is a life balance. So I'm living my life and I'm going to balance it with work, and then I'm going to rebalance it again with everything else. And so the reason why that's important to me is because just growing up, I've just, like I said, even from my childhood, I would just see my parents and people around me just going and going. And I know I didn't want that lifestyle for myself. There was much more to me in life than earning $1 and not being able to see my family or not being able to work out or do the things I want to do. And so I'm able now in my business to teach other people, entrepreneurs or intrapreneurs, or just people who are in their regular 9 to 5, how to really have success and also have fulfillment without trading their peace of mind. So that's why that's important to me. And I live by what I preach.
I love that. Sorry. I'll have Priscilla ask her question.
So I know you had told us that you specialize in anxiety and stress relief. What is your biggest tip for the women that you work with surrounding that?
My biggest tip is to take a moment to pause. Coming back again from the go-go mentality, right? I don't know if any of your listeners are already following me already on Instagram or see my story. I'm always making time to pause, always making time for play, right? I'm always making time for a walk, always time to meditate, always time to do yoga, because those things, it's not that I need to do them. I do them because they make me better at life. They make me a better dog mom. They make me a better girlfriend. They make me a better person, a better coach, a better mentor. And so that's why I do those things. So my tip for anyone that's struggling with anxiety or stress relief is take a moment to step back from the situation that you're in, take a moment to pause and reflect. And as you're reflecting, instead of asking why questions, I urge people to ask what questions. what can I do next to get me to that next level of success? What can I do next to minimize this overwhelm? Because we get so caught up in asking, why me? How am I going to do this? How is this going to happen? Flip the script, ask what. And you'll see that in just, even when you say the word what, it feels different than why and how. The burden you carry on the words is different. I urge them to try it.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yes, and I love how you explain that, because I think it's important for the women that are listening, or even the men that are listening, to realize like the vibration behind words. So like what is coming out of your mouth has a frequency to it. So I think I just want to highlight that for everybody who is listening. And thank you for sharing your tips with us. And I just have one more extension question on that. So I know you talked about tapping. What is that? And is there a technique that you could share for the listeners to use after listening to this?
So what I would do, I'll start with what is tapping. It's basically emotional freedom technique. And what it is basically, if you can think of the meridian points in your body, it's from ancient Chinese medicine. And if you're not familiar with the meridian points in your body, if you think of your eyebrow, if you think of under your eye, if you think of your elbow, you think of your chin, think of the karate chop on your arm. Think of if you are a girl and you raise your arm by your bra line, if you're a guy by your rib cage, those are meridian points in your body, right? Energy centers of the body, if you're familiar with that kind of work. And so when you tap on those points of your body, you're able to release the tension, release the worry, release the pain and the anxiety. And so while it's more of a visual thing, and I'm not able to kind of walk you guys through it, what I want to do for your listeners, if they reach out to me, and I will give you this, you can put it in the show notes, if they reach out to me, I can send them basically a PDF with a guided recording for how they can try tapping. And what tapping really comes down to is for them to be able to accept the idea of what they're facing, right? So maybe today I'm worried or I'm anxious, even though I'm anxious right now, that's what I'll say to myself. And they can try this, even though I'm anxious right now, I love and honor myself, right? And I know your listeners can't hear us, but if you have some time, I can definitely try it out, and you guys can let me know how you feel. And then when they're listening, they can also, like I said, message you guys or message me to get the PDF how to do it. But I would love to do it with you guys, and you guys can let me know real time. Like, do you feel a shift? Does it make a difference?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yep, that would be really cool.
For your listeners, I think this is a visual, so you're not going to see us, but that's totally okay. I'm going to do my best to describe this for you guys. So if you want to find yourself sitting very calmly, back tall, feet flat against the floor if you can, and take a deep inhale. And slowly exhale through your mouth. And we're going to go on the fact of worry, because every time, no matter where we are in our life, we all worry about something. Like, I know I'm worried about something. I'm pretty calm about it. I know there's a few things I'm worried about. So we'll go with worry. And if you guys just watch me. So as we tap the meridian points, we'll say the affirmation. So tapping at the beginning of your eyebrow. Even though I'm worried right now.
Even though I'm worried right now. Sorry.
No, that's exactly how it goes. I love and honor myself.
I love and honor myself.
Under your eye. And in this moment, I'm a little bit worried.
In this moment, I'm a little bit worried.
But it's okay.
It's okay.
Because I love and honor myself.
Because I love and honor myself.
Under your chin. And in this moment, I know I'm supported. I know I'm guided.
In this moment, I know I'm supported. I know I'm guided.
Love, kindness, and compassion is all around me.
Love, kindness, and compassion is all around me.
Down to your collarbone. So though I might be anxious, it is okay.
Though I might be anxious, it is okay.
Now place your palms on your lap, facing upward, and take a deep breath in. Breathing in the love and the compassion, and exhaling the worry. One more deep breath in. This time, as you inhale, make this one of the deepest breaths you've taken all day. Inhaling, pulling it all the way up into your chest and holding it for a second. And then slowly release. How does that feel? I know I personally feel a little bit better. And I wasn't even stressed or worried or anxious, but I feel like I just went for a walk, right?
Yeah.
And so how does that feel for you guys? Did you guys feel lifted? How did that, an honest opinion, right? Because we want to make sure that we're being very transparent for our listeners.
I mean, I definitely feel good.
Same, like you hit a little reset, recharge button very quickly. I love that technique, and I love how you can use it in such a quick amount of time. Because I feel like sometimes when we're thinking about routines and rituals, we can become overwhelmed with the amount of time we feel like we have to put into them. So I think this is like an eye opener, like, hey, you can do this in like 3 minutes and really reset that mind.
It's so funny that you said that, Priscilla, 3 minutes. Maybe you read that somewhere in my bio because I'm known for the 3 minute technique to calm your anxiety. And so I tell people, I pride myself in I can get you feeling less anxious, less worried in 3 minutes or less. And they're like, there's no way you can do that. I've been seeing my therapist. I've been taking medication. I've been going to the doctor and nothing has helped. I've been meditating, been journaling, been doing the yoga, and I've been walking. And I do all those things. And those things are beautiful. But what EFT tapping does for you, it connects, like I said, in your meridian points in your body, it releases the tension. And that's basically coupling meditation, affirmation, right? And movement and visualization in one practice under 3 minutes. So with that 4 right, you get to experience that in your life and things just change rapidly. So I urge your listeners to definitely I think maybe if you guys put it in the show notes,
Yes.
we'll definitely be able to share this with them and do even something special for them, maybe in your Facebook group.
Yeah, definitely. We would love to do that. I know for me, I'm not actually the best with meditation because I'm so impatient. So coming from a person that is impatient, this is a nice, like, quick but calming thing. So I appreciate that very much.
Yeah. And I have so much more tools. Oh, this is tools and endless.
I love it. I feel like this is really helpful. I think this is really helpful for the energy that's happening right now with like Mercury retrograde, and we had the eclipse where it's all like heightened, and this really brings it down and like can ground and center you. So thank you.
So welcome. So happy to share it.
Thank you. So I did have a quick question for you. For the listeners or the watchers, for someone that's on the go, 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 and they're like, hey, I cannot slow down or I can't, take this time. What advice would you give them to better, I guess, balance that to feel more grounded in that?
Oh, such a beautiful question. I don't have time to slow down. I don't have time to take a breather. I definitely don't have time to work out and forget about meditation because I can't even focus on it. So I don't have time for that. Just don't have time. My thing that I tell people all the time, and they're always shocked, because like for a coach, that's harsh. If you don't have 3 minutes, you don't have a life. That's it. All it takes is 3 minutes. You can turn on a song for 3 minutes and stand up, put your arms above your head, tilt your head back, chin up, away from your ears, shoulders away from your ears, close your eyes, deep breath in, and exhale while the song plays. And that is a reset, right? And so people think that a reset has to be, and I think sometimes too, it's the motivational speakers and the coaches, they give you this aspect that you have to have your life together to experience these changes and these transformation. And I'm here to tell you that you can have change and transformation just with starting 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute. Before you know it, you're at 15. Before you know it, you're messaging in and telling Brianna and Priscilla that you have done your morning routine or evening or nighttime routine, and it's an hour long. You create time the more you give time to the things you want. So you create time by giving time to the things you really want to do.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Do you have any more questions, Priscilla?
I think that sums it up for our listeners that are in our groups. I feel like, especially with this, I wouldn't be surprised if you see some more coming from Eronica.
Definitely.
Yeah. So happy that you guys could have me on. And like I said, I'm just going to urge your listeners and your viewers that when it comes to anxiety and overwhelm and mindset and shifting into alignment, the reason why for me, I've coupled my teachings in this way is because life is inevitable. You're going to worry. You're going to have a little bit of anxious moment. You're going to have a little bit of overwhelm, right? And I tell you this because those are inevitable, but it's not about, it's okay, it's happening now. What do you do with the overwhelm? What do you do now because you're feeling unbalanced? What do you do now because you're feeling out of alignment? So I urge everyone that's listening to create a toolkit, and I call it your alignment toolkit, right? This helps for work. This helps for being a mom, being a wife, being a husband. This helps for all aspects of your life. If you create a toolkit, right, with all the things that you can do in a few minutes by yourself with people you care about, right, and in nature, those are the three components. If you create a toolkit, your life will be on the up and up. Even when you have a challenging day, even when you have a day that you're like, oh my goodness, I don't know how I'm going to come back from this, those days seem to just wash off your back, not because your life is perfect, but because you have developed a toolkit for yourself to go through this life that we have today.
I love all that. Thank you. So I do want our listeners and watchers to be able to find you. And of course, we'll add your link to your PDF. But where can they find you? Like, what are your social media platforms?
Perfect. So the best place for your listeners and your viewers to find me is on Instagram. I'm always there. If you come over from this podcast, just let me know you're coming from the Brie pod. Say hello, and let me know also too, so I can share with you some. I always do quick video techniques of like stress reliever. I can share those with you if you do. So come on over, say hello. Let me know that you have did your toolkit. Let me know you listened here. And so I'm mostly on Instagram. That's where you'll find me. If you're on Facebook, that's perfectly fine. My name, Eronica Aljoe, so Eronica, and last name is Aljoe. I always want to write it in sign language because I also know sign language.
Well,
but yeah, you can find me there and just like I said, stop into the community. And if you find any of this helpful, share it with a friend, because kindness sometimes is not telling someone what to do, is giving them the resources and the tool or connecting them to people. And I look forward to meeting and hearing from all of you lovely people.
Yes. Thank you. Thank
yes.
you for joining us.
So happy to be here. This was very, very beautiful. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. This will not be the end because Priscilla's gonna have her Florida home and we're gonna have a huge get together.
And I will be able to do some energy clearing and meditation and all of these anxiety relief techniques at your retreat in your Florida home. Like I said, I see it all the time.
Manifesting.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Bye.